If you're using SmartSuite as your work management tool, then chances are that you are aware of dashboards, and more than likely you've built a dashboard or two. But if you feel like dashboards are just a cluttered bunch of widgets, you are finding it hard to navigate these dashboards, or you feel that they aren't pulling their weight, then keep watching this video. Hey there, I'm Alex Knowles from automationhelpers.com, and we help companies like yours get set up and automated using industry-leading portals, apps, and integrations. When it comes to dashboards, they aren't just about making your work look pretty. It's about bringing the most important information front and center for your team, your clients, or yourself. So in this video, we're going to look at some tips that can help you improve your dashboards in a matter of under 10 minutes. Now, let's be honest. None of us want to spend our time scrolling through a heap of data just to answer a simple question. And that's where summary card widgets come in. Now, we've got a really simple example here, Acme Project Tracker. It's our solution. And within it, it's where we manage our projects, our tasks, which are linked to those projects, our clients, our meetings, our feedback, our accounts, and more. So when it comes to building a dashboard, we first need to decide, who is this dashboard for? Now, we can add a new dashboard view to any of our databases or tables in SmartSuite. We just need to add a new view from the side panel here and select Dashboard. Now, we'll want to decide what information do we want to relay. Let's say, for instance, that this dashboard is a client project tracker dashboard. We're creating a better visual representation of what our team is currently working on, has worked on, and plans to work on for a particular client. So let's look at adding a summary widget. Now, within a dashboard, we ensure that we have the edit toggle enabled. Otherwise, we can't add any widgets or move them around on our dashboard. So we'll add a widget and we'll quickly search for the summary card. From here, we can label this as current tasks in process. And we'll select the source, which is of course our task tracker. The metric value, this is actually going to be our tasks. Now we can set a filter, which is going to be the number of tasks with the status that is set to in process. We currently have 48 tasks in our task tracker, but 5 of those are currently in process. The cool thing about the summary widget is it allows you to quickly pull through values, percentages, and averages. You can really make use of the summary card or summary widget by using the formula field in your table. So if I quickly add a formula field and I'm jumping into the advanced editor, I'm quickly going to paste something I had prepared before. Now I of course want the status value to come through. So if status equals in process, well, we're going to attribute a value of 1 to this field, otherwise it will be 0. So I'll just rename this formula as in process formula. And we'll add that field. And then we will notice that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those in process tasks set to in process with 0. Now, perhaps we want to find out what percentage of our tasks are currently in process and then use that within a summary widget. Again, let's just edit this formula. Of course, we'll be in the advanced formula, and I'll just quickly write a formula for this. Okay, so here we can see that we are generating a percent value, and it's only on those that are currently in process. However, it does refer to the total amount of tasks here. So out of our 48 tasks, which we can see, 2.08% are currently in process. It's just not showing or relaying those on there, but we can't actually use this particular field in a summary card because it's not a numerical value. If I was to just quickly change this so that we are removing that percent symbol or character, and then we jump into formatting, and we enable this to be a number format, then we update that field. If we jump into our dashboard view again and we add a widget, the summary card or summary widget, we'll notice that we now have this in process formula available. And we can select that, and then from there we can attribute a average, medium, and so on. The way that you want to use summary cards is to have your summary widget at the top of your dashboard with the more in-depth information residing below. For this, you'll want to use a count widget for active projects, add a percent widget showing task completion for the week, and even show total revenue or pipeline value with a currency summary. The key here, only show what matters most. Now, dashboards are open to interpretation, but you want to make sure that that important info is front and center so whomever's looking at the dashboard can easily find it. Something that is consistently getting improvements in SmartSuite is the chart view, and you also now have access to bringing your chart view into your dashboard, which is perfect for quickly showing how well your team is performing and how long you have left until a project is completed. The chart view in SmartSuite enables you to view and quickly look at the bigger picture. It helps you, your team, and your clients understand how things are performing. Now, before you bring a chart view into your dashboard, you'll have to create a chart view in your table. So we'll quickly add a view by selecting the bottom left side panel there, and we'll add a chart view. Now, if you and your team are managing dozens of tasks, dozens of clients, dozens of projects, chart views are really going to help you because they enable you to understand bottlenecks, performance, and much more. In SmartSuite, adding a chart view to your dashboard gives you a quick visual read on how your tasks are distributed. You can break things down by status, filter them by priority, project, or assignee, and suddenly patterns will start to emerge. Now, for our task tracker, we use a simple bar or pie chart showing task counts by status, that being backlog, in process, complete, etc. And optionally, we can break down our project by priority or client, account, assignee, whatever. This gives us great insight into how our team is performing holistically. It gives team leads and project managers a pulse check. They can quickly view how their team is performing without getting into the nitty and gritty. And since it's all live and the data lives within directly the working platform that you're using to visualize this data, it stays up to date automatically. So you don't have to worry about double handling your data or waiting for things to load in your tracker, meaning no extra work is required. Now, again, if you do want to learn more about SmartSuite's charts view, make sure to check out the video linked in the description where we take a look at how you can best utilize this feature. Now, last but not least is our tip on filtering your data. Rather than creating multiple dashboards for all of the people interconnected and working together, that's your team, that's your clients, that's your freelancers and your outsourced workers. Instead, you can use filter widgets to dynamically show data and enable your viewers to choose what data they want to see. Let's check it out. Now let's think about your team. Those working on a project don't want to see the same data as your client. And your operations lead, well, they don't need to see the same as your CEO or your customer service representative. So instead of building 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 separate dashboards, SmartSuite gives you a much clearer solution, which is the filter widget. Now, this is one of the simplest but most underrated features in the platform and in dashboards specifically. You can drop a filter widget onto your dashboard, something like project manager or client name or even status, and SmartSuite lets the viewer control what they see. So for example, a client logs in, selects their name from the filter, and boom, the entire dashboard updates automatically to show only their data. No coding, no duplicate views, no awkward workarounds. Same goes for your internal team. A project manager selects their name, and now they're only looking at the projects and tasks they're responsible for, not all the other noise. You end up with one dashboard that serves multiple purposes and everyone stays focused on what matters to them. It's smoother, smarter, and it's just more efficient than building those separate dashboards. And of course, you'll save time. But more excitingly, you can set the dynamic filter widget so that the person viewing the dashboard currently is by default shown their tasks, their projects, the things that are assigned to them. So with this filter widget selected, if we jump here, we'll see the option to set the default, and that will be the current viewer. Now, your clients might not have a SmartSuite account, and so this workaround isn't going to work. It's only for those who have a SmartSuite account with records assigned or related to them. Well, I hope that was a really helpful quick look at how you can improve your SmartSuite dashboards today. If you want to learn more about SmartSuite's dashboards, then make sure to check out our SmartSuite playlist where we dive deeper into this feature and other features offered by SmartSuite. If you need help setting up your business for success or automating parts of it, do not hesitate to reach out to us at automationhelpers.com, where a team of experts are offering a 30-minute consultation, so book yours today completely free.